All right, y'all, it's time for another news break from the Fishing Wire, where we bring you the biggest stories in the business of fishing. So get ready, because this week's lineup is packed tighter than a tackle box before a Tuesday night fruit jar derby. First up, Z-Man's new Swag LT has finally swaggered into stores, and trust me, this swim bait's got more attitude than a bed garden bass up shallow in the springtime. Then we're talking docking your boat, minus the drama. There's a new gadget that might just save marriages and gel coat at the same time. Missile Baits is doing something no one's ever done before, announcing the world's first unrelease. Yep, a bait that's here for a hot minute and then gone forever. And finally, Berkeley's throwing up the scent game again with a bait so potent, it's basically a donut shop for bass. One whiff and everybody's swimming over for a taste. So grab your cold brew, don't even think about clicking out, and stay right here, because this week's news break is reeling in all the big stories from the water that you don't want to miss. So let's get after it. Here we go. All right, y'all, fishermen and women, unclench those fists and take a deep breath, because the wait is officially over. The Z-Man Swag LT has finally swaggered its way into tackle shop shelves, and this thing's got more attitude than a big girl largemouth guarding her bed in the spawn. Fresh off its big win at ICAST, yes, Best Freshwater Soft Lure of 2025, Z-Man's newest baby is turning the harness swim bait world upside down. The Swag LT doesn't just swim, it dances. That tail, it's a wild hybrid of wedge and a T-tail that gives you that perfect, wide, natural action no matter how fast you fish it. Fast, slow, and even on the fall. Z-Man says they wanted a bait that hooks better, lasts longer, and looks more lifelike than anything else out there, and they nailed it. The secret is their over-under line-through harness, so you can rig it your way. You could go single dorsal hook when the fish are shallow or in heavy cover. It's weedless. Or you can connect a treble hook to the harness on the belly side when you're chasing deep water, smallmouth or something like that. And when a big one hits, the lure slides right up your line so they can't use it to shake free. Smart, right? Listen to what pro bass angler Luke Clausen and Z-Man product development guru Jose Chavez have to say about it.
It's a one-piece harness inside of it there that'll be polycarbonate.
And this internal harness gives you the ability to have a top hook line through or a bottom hook line through. The top hook line through works really well in cover.
The top hook has even surprised me. A lot more weedless than I even would have thought. It really comes through stuff extremely well.
If you're fishing riprap, the way this head is designed, it kind of bounces off the rocks and remains very weedless. We also give you the treble hook option. So this is a bottom hook treble that is also line through connected to the harness. Your treble hook will come clipped.
The treble hook that's cut is designed to poke in. There's a little dot right here that will poke it into that little dot, and it's gonna hold.
So in this harness, there's two pieces of polycarbonate on the side that acts as kind of like a bowling lane bumper per se. So it prevents this hook from being able to rotate this way, and the two pins prevent the hook from being able to rotate this way. The result of this is a really secure connection, but it's one that still deploys very easily when you get a fish on.
Just hooks them really well, and the fact that it's a line through, once you hook a fish, that bait's gonna come up your line. Every fish you catch, that bait's gonna be up your line like that. The odds of losing it are near zero.
And we've all experienced the frustration of a bait tearing after one or two fish, right? The challenge is soft plastics that move naturally tend to rip easily, while tougher ones often lose their lifelike action. Well, this bait is lifelike but tough. It's made from Z-Man's 10X Tough ElaZtech, so you can fish all day without turning your lure into shredded tinsel. Add in those photo-printed, hand-painted finishes. We're talking realistic shading, bold eyes, and colors like gizzard shad, golden shiner, and baby bass, and you've got a swim bait that looks and performs like the real deal. So if your tackle box could use a little, or maybe a lot more swagger, it's time to tag on the Swag LT. Big swagger, big attitude, and finally in stock at your local tackle shop. Okay, you know that moment when you're trying to dock your boat and suddenly everybody on board turns into a backseat captain? Admittedly, I have been one of those backseat captains many times myself, especially when it's windy. But if you run the boat, you've been there. Well, this next gadget might just make docking arguments a thing of the past. Meet the Dockmate Pro, the latest in wireless marine control that's about to make you look like a docking ninja. It's sleek, it's smart, and it puts the power of your engines and thrusters right in the palm of your hand, literally. Here's the deal. Instead of those clunky on-off joystick moves, this remote gives you proportional control, and that means you can ease your engines forward, feather your thrusters, and glide into tight spaces with smooth, fingertip precision. It's like power steering for your boat. And if your boat could just text back and say, hey, I got this. And Dockmate didn't stop there. This thing's got aviation level safety built in, dual systems that back each other up in case one hiccups, a display that adjusts to sunlight or night runs, and a smart sensor that stops everything if you drop it. So yeah, even if you fumble under pressure, your boat won't. The Dockmate Pro is waterproof, wireless, rechargeable, and it even floats. Because Dockmate knows that when it comes to boating, stuff will go overboard. And with 24 hours of battery life and a 50-meter range, you can step away from the helm and still have total control. So whether you're docking your dream yacht or showing off at the marina, this control that's cool, calm, and oh so captainly, the Dockmate Pro, because smooth moves shouldn't stop at the dance floor. Okay, folks, this next story is a first in fishing history. We've all heard of product launches, right? But have you ever heard of a product being unlaunched? Well, buckle up, because Missile Baits just dropped and then undropped the Shredder Junior. Yep. You heard me right. They're calling it an unrelease. It's like the bait version of a limited edition rock concert where the stage catches fire halfway through. You either saw it live or you missed it forever. Well, here's what happened. The Shredder Junior was this killer new soft plastic born from a collaboration with Fish or Die Bait Company. And when it hit the water, anglers went nuts for its action. But then, plot twist, the custom mold broke, like beyond repair. Oof, gone. So instead of pretending it never existed, Missile Baits decided to celebrate it. They're releasing what little stock they have, just 3 colors, total collector status. And when those packs are gone, that's it. No remolds, no reruns, no back in stock next season. As the founder of Missile Baits, John Cruz himself put it, this is a bait that shined bright and burned fast. So if you want a piece of bass fishing lore or just love owning something your buddy can't get, this is your shot. The Shredder Junior Unreleased. Here for a good time, just not for a long time. Get it while you can, because once it's gone, it's officially legend. Okay, anglers, hold on to your stink baits, because Berkley just cooked up something that smells like success, literally. Say hello to the Power Bait Max Scent Flux Gill, a brand new bait that's part fish, part science experiment, and all bite getter. This one's built to fool even the smartest bass, the ones that have seen every trick in your tackle box and rolled their eyes at it. Well, here's the scoop. Berkley took their legendary Max Scent technology, you know, the stuff that makes fish hang on like it's in the line at the Golden Corral buffet, and they gave it a futuristic makeover. The Flux Gill supports a honeycomb body that actually releases 53% more scent than a solid bait. Think of it, as the bait is falling, water is flowing through those honeycomb holes, and the scent is dispersing like a donut shop with the bakery window open in the morning. One whiff, and everybody's hooked. Everybody wants one, right? Another way of saying it is it's like going from spritzing cologne to setting off a fog machine underwater. And it's not just about smell. The action is unreal. The flattened body glides and shimmies like a panicked bluegill, while the tail gives off just enough quiver to drive bass crazy. It's built for the modern angler. Whether you're free rigging, mid-strolling, or putting that forward-facing sonar to work. Designed to imitate everything from sunfish to juvenile bass, the Flux Gill is the perfect match for clear water, pressured fish, or those days when your usual go-tos just ain't cutting it. So if you're ready to turn those they're not biting days into get the net moments, grab the Berkley Powerbait Max Scent Flux Gill. It's finesse fishing with some serious funk. And once the bass catch a whiff of it, they're not letting go. And that's it for now. Come on over to thefishingwire.com and sign up for our newsletter, where we bring you the biggest news in the fishing business every day of the week.